A week ago, I bought the iPhone 16 Pro, and this is my review 1 weekend as someone who works a 9 to 5, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I did not get sent this. Every dollar I used to purchase this phone came out of my own pocket. And so here is my no BS uh, review 1 weekend of the iPhone 16 Pro from an average consumer perspective. For context, I did trade in my iPhone 15 Plus to get this guy. The 15 Plus is not going to get Apple Intelligence, and I wanted that, so I traded in my 15 Plus, and I didn't get the Pro Max because I have a Galaxy S24 Ultra. I use two phones, and so I realized, my iPhone I mainly use for like social things and iMessage and a lot of just social things that is just better on an iPhone. That's what I use my iPhone for. So I realized that like I could get a smaller size, especially with this year the pro models being a little bit increased in size. The bezels on this guy are a lot smaller, as you can see this picture of my lovely girlfriend. But anyway, the bezels are a lot smaller on this guy, so it is a larger screen. And at first it took me a second to get used to it, because I was used to the 15 plus screen, and this is still smaller than the 15 plus screen, but I was able to adjust pretty quickly within a couple days in. And I gotta say, I'll throw in some pictures and videos of that I initially took when I was at the Apple store here. Um, but I didn't want to do a video as soon as I got it because at the end of the day, like I just got it, so I'm not really gonna know a lot of the things about it. But honestly, you know, I gotta say, this phone feels, I mean, for me, it's the first time I've really used a pro device. So going from a base 15 to this one, I would say like it would be a lot less of an improvement. And if I went from like the 15 plus to the 16 plus, I probably wouldn't experience that much of a difference. Because you still got the displays are pretty much the same between the 15 and the 16, but whereas going from like the 15 to the 16 Pro, not only am I getting a better of what is it frame rate or whatever, like this is a 120 hertz screen, which I definitely feel like this feels a lot smoother than the iPhone 15 Plus, but it doesn't feel as smooth as I thought it was going to feel, which I mean, I just think that comes to Apple being able to optimize a lot better than Samsung does, or just Androids in general. As someone who uses an Android, I feel like iPhones, regardless across the board, feel pretty snappy and feel pretty smooth. Um, so that's like the initial improvements. I felt it, but the big reasons why I got this and I didn't, I guess I could have probably saved money if I got like a 15 Pro or something, is because I wanted also to get the camera control button, and like I said, Apple Intelligence. But I'm gonna be honest, I've used this camera quite a bit. I've not used the camera control button a whole lot. And I think it's because, I mean, when you're recording videos, you tend to not need to adjust it. You just want to get it where it is and leave it. But not only that, taking pictures, I'm just like, of years of using smartphones, I'm always used to pinching, and then like, the pinching, like things like that, right? So scrolling like that is like, it breaks, like you'd have to be breaking the habit that you probably have established for a minute, which I think maybe as I start to use this even more down the line, we'll see months and months down the line, see if I start using that capture button even more. But it's just when you're so used to using a phone in a specific way, adding a new feature like that messes with, I guess, the way that you normally use it, is kind of like, I don't know. Like I'm so used to my own routine that it's something I don't even notice. The action button as well, I have it set to mute notifications just because that's what I'm used to. I just don't see. Um, well, initially I did have it on the flashlight feature. Excuse me. Excuse me. I did initially have it on the flashlight, but I accidentally turned on the flashlight too many times. So I was like, no, we'll just do not disturb. Not do not disturb. Just the pause, the mute notifications. And so that's what I've been rocking with so far. If I'm being honest, I think that this phone is not going to be fully unlocked until we get Apple Intelligence. I think that's what a lot of things are people are waiting for. I mean, the screen is bigger and better than the iPhone 15 Plus. I definitely like the reduced bezel size. It makes like it's a beautiful phone, but in terms of just like I guess the main selling point, like Apple Intelligence, we're gonna have to wait on that. In comparison with the Galaxy S24 Ultra, I gotta say the camera on this guy is great as well. I mean, honestly, when you have high end phones, it really doesn't matter a whole lot. There are things that the iPhone camera does better, and there are things that the Galaxy camera does better. Like personally, I like the Galaxy camera for videos a little bit more, just because I feel like naturally the Galaxy camera is just a little bit more saturated. But I think the iPhone is far better when it comes to like picture quality. It's Each camera has their own benefits, right? Um, I will say some things that I do want to complain about just a little bit is I feel like there's quite a bit of apps that still need to be optimized for the reduced bezel size. For example, YouTube is pretty ugly. Like I'm used to like having the things at the top stop, or like there's like a little thing at the top, right? But because of like what, I'll show y'all an example like right here. I'll show y'all an example of just a random YouTube video. So well, we have HypeX right here. I'm going to show you this video. So as you can see, there's nothing really stopping the top of this video. It's like the dynamic island is just part of the video, and a lot of times when I'm starting off the video, when it's not in like when it's on landscape, I leave it like this, and just having the notch there is just so ugly. And I think there's just optimization that needs to happen to where it's like something that blocks this out so the whole video is like right there, because this does not look good at all. So I only really noticed this on YouTube because YouTube is built for landscape videos. All the other portrait things like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, I don't really notice. But just as someone who uses YouTube a lot, that has been bugging me. And so I feel like that's maybe just like a fix that's gonna come down at some point, just because that does not look good at all. Having the dynamic island literally intrude on a video, like especially if it's a commentary video or something where someone has their face there, you'll see like instead of seeing their eyes, you'll just see the dynamic island right there, and I don't really mess with it. But other than that, I mean, it's an iPhone. It does good at everything. I've been doing some Genshin Impact on this guy. Gaming is smooth. It's just it's very smooth on this guy. This guy is very smooth. I do just think iOS 18. This has been like I experienced iOS 18 a little bit on my 15 plus, but I've been mainly experiencing it on the 16, and so I don't want to say, a lot of the things that I like about the 16 Pro come from iOS 18, the more customizability and things like that. But because that's across all iPhones, I think just because the 16 Pro is like newer, it has some of the best processing power, that I feel like iOS 18 is just going to feel the smoothest on the 16 devices. Probably on the 15 Plus it did feel pretty good on, but also on the 15 Pro, I think it's probably gonna be good. 15 Pro is probably gonna be good on, but I just think maybe the 16s it's the most optimized for. I mean, we know we're gonna get even more features with iOS 18 as the weeks come. But as someone who works a 9 to 5, I honestly think that I like the iPhone 16. I do think if you have a newer iPhone, you can hold off a little bit, mainly because I mean, like you're not getting the whole, like you're getting a part of a phone now. It's like you're getting the iPhone 16 now, but like the rest of it comes later. Which, like for example, with the Galaxy, this thing launched with Galaxy AI. You didn't really have to wait for it. Which I just think, if you're debating on getting this phone, I think you should probably just hold off and wait. I don't think you need to go out and get it now. I just wanted it now just because I'm a tech nerd. But yeah, I like the iPhone 16 Pro. I think it's solid, but definitely is going to. I'm definitely looking forward to see the optimizations that come, within the next couple months. And so yeah, those are my initial thoughts. 1 week into iPhone 16 Pro. If you got the 16 Pro, or You rocking in the iPhone. Let me know what iPhone you rocking and how you feel about it in the comments down below. See y'all next video. Peace.